Michael Ross Albert. I am the author of the series of plays about the Hatfields and McCoys, which have been produced by the Jenny Wiley Theater since 2013, and will culminate this fall with the third and final chapter of the story. When the Jenny Wiley Theater approached me about bringing this piece of history to life, we talked about presenting the story of the Hatfields and McCoys in a way in which it had never been seen before, which was pretty easy for me because I had never heard the story of the Hatfields and McCoys before. I'm a playwright from Canada, and growing up, the story just wasn't part of my culture. So honestly, when I was approached to tell this story, I really didn't know where to begin. But what interests me about the story when I started doing research were the characters, the real people, their motivations, and I began wondering what it would be like to live through these bloody events, to actually be there. From what I understand, the story of the feud is often told as a large, sweeping epic. It takes a whole TV miniseries to tell the decade-long story. But what I wanted to do, to tell the story in a way it's never been told before, was to really focus on the individuals at crucial moments in the narrative of the feud. I wanted to explore their psychology. I really wanted to be able to put myself in their shoes and to see the events from different perspectives and use these characters' voices to try and articulate what makes their story relevant to a modern audience. So very early on in the process of writing this series, I talked to the director, Kim Willard, about the idea of divisions as a theme. So the first play in the series, Feud, focuses on the division between the two families by reimagining the doomed love story between Rosanna McCoy and John C. Hatfield.
The tribulations I've endured these last hours.
Well, come on, Johnson, let's get you back across the river.
Please, wait.
It's time we'd be heading
Look,
off.
Rosanna, I need to speak with you.
What is it you want to tell me?
Oh, ain't no need to keep listening to him, darling. His perspective on the matter ain't sound up. I done told you, didn't I? I done swore I'd be the right kind of father for our child. No need to keep listening to this here degenerate.
Is that true?
Paris.
You're going to have a child with him?
Calm down, now.
Rosanna, please, you must
He's
listen.
blinded by love. Can't you see that? And it ain't the kind of love you spoke of, the proper kind. It's a lustful kind, an unholy kind of love.
I'm going to let you go.
Tell him to come away from that door and let's be on our way.
If you intend on leaving, you'll have to get through me.
You think I won't?
Only more violence will be done, and they'll all be on account of you were too proud to listen to me.
All your kin is the same, Rosanna.
Rosanna,
They want
please.
to tear me down because of hatred for my kin and for no other reason.
Please.
Johnsy, hush up a minute!
What you say to me?
I want to listen to my cousin.
Suit yourself.
Go on now.
But you ain't listening to the truth, you know that. You're listening to some bad man's opinion. Some stuttering fool sees things through a veil of prejudice and dislike for my kin.
I can't talk with him interrupting me.
Johnsy, let him talk.
This man is my sworn enemy, and you intend on listening to the hogwash coming out of his mouth?
Just go on, Paris. Pretend like he ain't here.
Oh, I will not be defamed by McCoy. I will not cease to vocalize my objections if this man means to wrong me with his words.
I knew you should try.
Just go ahead and say what you need to say, Paris.
Yesterday,
Oh, I have dealt with several injustices.
Johnsy,
How dare I think that I would be so grinning in
The second play, Firebrand, has a lot to do with the division between cultures. So that play is an imagined encounter between Tolbert McCoy and the journalist from New York who sensationalized the story of the feud and turned it into a national event.
Oh, forgive me. Mr. McCoy, I see that you're anxious to tell me how we might be able to assist you with your current situation, but I fail to see how my former position as a newspaperman could do you any good.
You think folks up in New York would want to hear what I got to say? Think they want to hear my side of the story?
I suppose they might. I dare say people would find it quite out of the ordinary to hear about two families at war, as you and the Hatfields are considered to be.
And you think you could help me tell my story? Write it down?
I don't see why not. Well, I can't guarantee publication, though, as I've told you. I'm no longer affiliated with the paper.
I really thought just leaving at the end of the week. Don't know why. I must say, if I thought any different, I wouldn't have come all this way. Wouldn't have bothered.
Mr. McCoy.
Y'all believe in ghosts?
Ghosts?
Now, the final play in this series, Freshwater, is about divisions within oneself. So, to explore this theme, I focused on who I think is the story's truly most fascinating character, Nancy McCoy. Nancy was romantically involved with key members of both sides of the feud. So first, she was married to John Z. Hatfield, who was her family's sworn enemy. And when her first marriage ended, she ended up with Bad Frank Phillips, who was the deputy sheriff of Pike County and was actually the lead detective trying to track down John Z and bring him to justice. So this last play in the series deals quite a bit with Nancy's contradictions, as well as Bad Frank's, and a third character who is one of Nancy's estranged relatives and is a man who has a few surprises up his sleeve. So I hope you guys enjoy it. It's been a true honor to have the opportunity to explore this piece of history and write these plays and see them performed by such a fine company on the wonderful Jenny Wiley stage, and to share these plays with the community in Pikeville. So I can't wait to visit you again in September to see Freshwater. I hope you'll all come out and see it and get lost in the theater with us for a little bit. Thanks very much.